Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alt Season 2026. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Today is Friday. I've been informed that today is indeed Friday. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Guys, Alt Season 2026 has begun. I'm just joking. But for real, Bitcoin, $90,080.44. Looking good. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see what we got. We have liquidated some bears today, and there was another unlock today, another historic unlock or something, which I think is the biggest meme in the world. The unlocks 89,523. 89,523. The unlocks are about as good or bad for crypto as Sailor's buys. Like Sailor's buys don't do anything, neither do the unlocks. We've got 87,424. Like, and it's gotten to the point now where if a move does happen after an unlock, people are going to say that it was because of the unlock, and that's going to drive me crazy. 96.43. Look at that. Bitcoin is no longer around 85 to 90K. It is above 90K, which is very, very exciting. Or it's actually at, like, dead center at 90K right now. 91,833. Very exciting stuff. Let's see if we can finally work our way out of this misery. Up 0.12% since the daily close. Looking good. We do have some wicks indicative of some selling pressure, so keep an eye on that. RSI looks good on the 4-hour time frame. We got a green dot of the momentum wave, pointed the upside, bullish cross with a moving average in the RSI yesterday, and that's still in play. Volume ticking up. As I said, the farther away from New Year's Eve, New Year's Day that we get, the more liquidity is going to trickle back in because people are returning from the holiday and they are looking at the charts and they're like, I want to buy some of that Bitcoin thing. I want to get me some Bitcoins, some sats. Is that what the kids call them these days? I want to stack some sats. So we're looking good. 90,123 and 77 cents. Bitcoin dominance taking a big fat dump on Michael Saylor's chest. Down 0.02% on the day. Currently trading at 59.12. Took a big one yesterday. Let's see. I'm just gonna measure the red wicks. We've got 0.76. That's pretty dang good. That's pretty good. So we got our rejections from 60. Hopefully, I would expect a reaction at 59, but if we don't get one, that would be even better. Let's get a reaction underneath it, maybe 58.8, and then a rejection at 59. Continuation to the downside. That's what I would like to see. What's going on, Derek? Saeed said hi, sir. How you doing, Saeed? Happy New Year. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said HNY, fam. Happy New Year, fam. I just realized what that meant like a day ago. Beautiful way to start the new year. I agree. I concur. I couldn't agree more. ETH up 0.08% on the day. Look at that beautiful curve. It's like a cross section of, I was gonna say the Titanic, but it's more Noah's Ark. It's more Noah's Ark shaped. ETH is going to save us. It's going to get one, what do we call it? One income bracket of each degen, or two income brackets of each degen. Two of each income bracket degen. That's what it's called. We do have a red dot on our momentum wave, which was incredibly overbought. Same with the 4-hour RSI. So we might be due for a pullback. Let's see what price that occurs at. As of right now, we're at 31.27. We could just do a little sideways chop action and let that RSI reset. That could be what happens. Guys, make sure you smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for being here. As always, even when the charts were bad, we were here. Now the charts are good. We're still here. We're going to be here no matter what. You know what would be really funny? Is if I only showed up for the red days. And any day that like the prices were like really pumpy, I just didn't stream. That'd be kind of funny. Be like the opposite of all the other guys. Although I guess during alt season I wouldn't be able to stream at all if that was the case. ETH 31.27. Let's see if this thing gets above 32 before Sunday. That'd be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Sol is up 0.23%. We got above our neckline finally. Solana getting a wake up call here. We got our, what do you even want to call that? That's such a weird pattern. I guess you could call this a broader Adam Eve double bottom with that little spike in there. If you get rid, like, don't pay attention to that, then I guess it kind of looks like just a regular old Adam Eve. But this purple line is our neckline from way back when. And this blue line is our upper trend line. So getting above that's going to be the next big deal. We're looking for a target of around, I'm going to call it 140. I want to get to 140. Saeed said, Happy New Year to you too, sir. I think ETH will be like Cup and Handle for the next week. Cup is ready as of now. Okay, I like that. For the next week. So you're looking at, I'm assuming either this or just this. Either way, I like both. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. The resistance being around 31.75. And then that can be wherever the handle comes into play. I kind of like it. I do. Let's see what comes of it. Let us see. Total 3 is up 0.39% on the day, currently trading at 867.26. If that was the bottom, then man, oh man, did I nail that bad boy on Total 3 with my $800 billion slightly bullish bear market guess. That, I guess, once we hit 800 billion, I think that confirmed my concept that we were in a bear market, but I still don't believe that we ever experienced a proper, like a typical bull market in 2025. I don't know. It's definitely a mixed bag. Regardless, we're pumping, so I'm excited. Let's see. We are back above our lower trend line here. Which trend line is this for Total 3? Is this the August 2024 one? Yes, it is. Okay, so we like this trend line. It is pretty relevant still. We got our bounce off my 800 billion, and our trend line is still intact. We got back above it on the daily. Looks good. Let's get back down to the 4-hour. Yeah, I'm excited. ADA is down 0.43 on the day, currently trading at 39.32. Can we get back above 40? We got our little triple bottom action with a little fake out below the lower trend line. 1, 2, 3 hits to the downside, and then a pop. And that pop finally put us above 38. 38 was the obvious resistance. 1, 2, 3 rejections. And we got our fourth attempt, which broke, which is very exciting. We are overbought on the 4-hour RSI. We do have a confirmed green dot on market cipher way here at the Pico bottom. That was a perfect signal. I'm not going to lie, guys. I made some pretty hefty trades so far in 2026. 4-hour. You know what, though? I did miss all of this today because I was working. So it is what it is. You can't trade every move, but the ones that you do trade, you want to make sure you win. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Happy New Year, my friend. Yeah, we got our break above 36, and then it just went straight up from there. Looks really good, actually. I'm excited. Getting above 40 might be a hurdle, but who knows? With this newfound volume and strength, maybe we can get right back above it. Money flow's positive. Our momentum wave is overbought. SNAC is up 0.41% on the day, currently trading at 0.0011057. I like where SNAC is at. I really do. We have our lower trend line here. You know what I'm going to do, actually, live on the air? I'm going to go to stupidcrypto.com, even though I hate it and I think it's the most hideous farce of an exchange on the planet. It is a nice, quick, and easy onboard for me to buy some SNAC on the go. So I do tolerate it for that reason and that reason alone. I'm going to buy some SNAC right now because I want to. Because I like this structure. We got a little inverse bongo cat action going on here. So we'll see what that turns into, if anything. I don't remember my stupid passcode. I got to give them my passcode. Are you ready for this? I'm going to walk you through just how ridiculous this process is. It might not be ridiculous if I'm just buying, but I've gone through so much BS. Kraken has SNAC. I haven't KYC'd on Kraken yet. I probably should, just so I don't have to deal with this junk. Good God, can I just see my crypto? I got to sit here for 5 minutes? Holy crap. Okay. This app is broken. Trade. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Trade. Buy. Okay. Review. Confirm. Continue. Passcode. Is that it? I hope that's it. Loading. All right, success. Let's go. All right, thank God. So when moving stuff on crypto.com, I like, no joke, you literally have to like tell them your life story like 4 times. It's crazy. But Snacks looks good. We got a wick here, which, the wicks, I guess, are somewhat of a bad omen. But hopefully, hopefully we can push above this trend line and get back above it. Our RSI is incredibly overbought, so keep an eye on that. Midnight, 1.96% in the green on the day. Pay up that spread to crypto.com. Okay, you guys are bullying me now. I just wanted to buy the dip. So we definitely got some kind of a consolidation happening here. There's lower highs happening and higher lows happening. Yeah, is that actually like a symmetrical triangle? It looks pretty good, actually. So let's see where that ends up. RSI got a bullish crossover the moving average and seems to have bounced off of that moving average as well. Money flow just flipped positive again. We got a green dot of the momentum wave pointing to the upside. Dead center, both RSI and momentum wave, ready for expansion to the upside. We'll see what happens, but it does look good. XRP is up 1.12% on the day, currently trading at 202.93. XRP looks really good here as well. Incredibly overbought, ton of volume, love to see it. It held 184 was the floor, which rhymes, and it's above $2 now, which is exactly what we wanted to see. So let's get back above 210 next. That's our next target. Looks great. H-bar also got a big fat pumperoni. 14% green from the bottom. Green dot of momentum wave still in play. Almost overbought. Money flow is positive. We are overbought on the 4-hour RSI, but the volume looks amazing. You cannot deny this volume on every single altcoin. Something happened. We entered the new year. Something snapped. And money just started flowing back into the market. Sweet. Also, monumentous move. Up 3.82% on the day alone. Yesterday, though, and today, total, so far, 19% move from the bottom. Wow. That's crazy. Currently $1.66. This bad boy was $1.40 floor. Well, I guess take it how you want it. It kind of just established a floor in between 135 and 140. 3 hits, though, and then skyrocket. Looks good. Our resistance was 148. 148 or 150, whatever you want to call it. And as soon as we broke that, we had resistance for a second, and then we broke it and just went straight up from there. Beautiful move. Like I said, the volume looks great. Money flow is positive. Green dot on the momentum wave, point to the upside, still in play. Incredibly overbought on the momentum wave and on the 4-hour RSI. So we'll see if 169 rejects, or if we break through that. We might have enough momentum just to go straight through it. Ondo, currently up 0.33% on the day, currently trading at 4249. Can we get back above, I don't know, 45? Ondo looks good here too. We had this overhead resistance at around 40. Got above that, finally. Floor at 36, I suppose. Floor, not quite, and then floor again, and eventually busted above that 40-cent resistance. RSI is overbought on the 4-hour. Money flow did just flip positive. We do have overbought status on our momentum wave on Market Cipher as well. And we got our green dot, which is still in play. Arrow is down 2.9%. Arrow had a crazy move yesterday, though. Got a nice bounce off of 40. 40 was the floor here. And it's still, right now, where it sits right now, it's still up 37% from that bounce. Lots of volume. Looks great. Bullish crossover the moving average and the RSI. That was your signal. Green dot of the momentum wave also was your signal. And money flow is still negative, but your momentum wave's overbought. So is your RSI. Could do with a cool off. If it does, I would like to see it hold above 50. Tom Selleck-Scote said Fed dumped a ton of money into overnight repos yesterday again. They basically quantitative easing without telling anyone. Exactly. That's my thing. They're like, oh, we're not quantitative easing. And then they just do it. It's literally the Wizard of Oz. They're like, pay no attention to the liquidity behind the curtain. Print. Oh, no. Please. No pictures. No cameras. It's crazy. There's just people out there like hand cranking the money. Printing that shit out. Stellar. Stellar looks okay. We got a little inverse Mothman kind of action going on here. Can we break above this clear resistance at, what is that, 22.5, 23-ish? I want to get above that. JY's Avenger said, I'm currently at disbelief. Yeah, let's take a look at that, actually. I want to see. Do I have that? That's the only chart that I don't have on my desktop. Hold on. Wall Street cheat sheet. All right, where are we at, guys? Oh my gosh, I could pick the worst one. This looks like crap. What happened? Look better if I do it. No, it's tiny. Pick the only one that's tiny. What the heck? Hang on. Hang on, I swear. Not my fault. Oh my gosh, that one's so much better. It's still kind of wonky, though. Okay, we got disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, and then disbelief again. I feel like we're definitely at disbelief. Either disbelief or maybe hope. I don't know. I don't know. This is like the beginning, though. This is like we're you know what stage we're at? The little emoji, my stupid emoji, the Tony Soprano emoji face. This one. This is where we're at. Hang on. Oh, hold on. Hang on. We're at this. Oh! This is where we're at right now. Yeah. This is where we're at. Oh. So, we'll see where we end up. As of right now, though, I'm excited. I think we're allowed to be excited. JY's Adventure said, JJ, we winning again for the new year. Thank Jesus for everything. Can you look at Monad and the Nick Shirley, please? When I asked if it was a good time to enter the Nick Shirley, it was indeed a good time. It usually is. I feel like you got good calls. They were hit or miss during, like, the depression phase because everyone was depressed. But I feel like there's maybe been like 2% of the time where your calls were iffy, and the other like 98% usually give us pretty good calls. And by calls, I mean just coins in general. Skip. Avalanche. Ooh, Avalanche looks really good. It's literally right at the precipice of breaking out above this upper trend line. That's going to be a big deal if we can get above that. So I really like this, actually. Oddly enough, this structure that looks like a complete mess. I've had these lines on here for forever. You guys have seen it. We got our support held for forever. We got a little fake out right here, obviously, but our support held for forever. And then we got rejection at this legacy trend line. Little midpoint support action, broke above the legacy trend line, upper trend line rejection, support at our legacy trend line, and now we're trying to break above that upper trend line right there. Look at how nicely that played out. We could have traded the crap out of that. The only thing that we would have had trouble with, I suppose, is this re-entry. So it would have been wise to maybe open here, keep it open, and then close. And then if you would have made that trade, maybe off that bounce right there, let's just call it this right here, that little pullback bounce, you'd be up 15% right now. You do that with a 5x, that's 75% trade. That's crazy. Joe Westvich said, and horse as well, please. When I'm at Euphoria, I will send you a big donation to your ETH wallet. I'm currently at disbelief, worried that I didn't get depression. Joe's Adventure. I appreciate you. I started getting not ads necessarily, but like shills on X for the Nick Shirley coin. So it's like while I was at work, I looked and I was like, dang, that thing's probably flying right now. So cheers, guys. I got some extra strong coffee, completely on accident, but I'm totally okay with it. Chainlink currently trading at 13.27. We got, what do we got here? Kind of the inverse Mothman situation right here as well. 3 hits to the downside. Kind of an ascending downside, we'll call it as well. I guess we could just say $12 $12 floor. We are overbought on the 4-hour time frame after a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI, which happened right at the Pico bottom. Green dot on the momentum wave point to the upside. Been positive money flow since Christmas Eve, so this is the delayed Santa rally, if you want to call it that. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys for being here. I need Mr. Tyler to show up, or I guess I can just DM him. I'm gonna be sending him his prize for the daily close contest, and then we're probably gonna be starting that up soon, pretty soon here. We've only 2 days into the year so far, and I will say, so far for the year, Bitcoin is outperforming gold and silver. But yeah, Chainlink looks good. Let's see if we can get back above 1339 and then eventually 1441. Once we start trading above 1441, then it gets exciting because we have our downtrend here. What's happening? Downtrend here. We broke sideways out of it, and then we get our uptrend. And I think that there's something somewhere that dictates that. Monad looks amazing. Look at this thing. So we've got clear now support at 26 because it would have been resistance. And then we'll have even more support, probably 24. And then we got resistance coming up at 31, 30, let's call it 32. 32. And then honestly from there, I don't even want to call this resistance, but I suppose it might be just because that's where we tapped out. But the gaps are pretty nice and big. We broke above 24, went straight to 26, got above that, and now we're heading to 32. Monad looks awesome. I bought some the other day. I'm very proud of my I'm very proud of my buy. Thank you, JWez Venture, for the call. Inverse head and shoulder. Broke out, hit its target. We got our retrace, little double bottom action, continuing to the upside. That's what we like to see. What did we call this MW? It's kind of a cheat if you do, but I don't mind it. Pengu, nothing really crazy to report. Looks good from the bottom, but definitely got a lot of recovering to do. What did I want to point out? Was it on total 3? Is it? Yeah, we've got our downtrend, our breakout, and then our recovery. Downtrend, breakout, recovery. Downtrend, breakout, and it never looks like a breakout. It always just looks like we're chopping sideways, boring. Recovery. And what's really cool is every single time we get this little breakout, we get that final spike, and then we go sideways a little bit. Final spike, go sideways a little bit. Final spike, go sideways a little bit. Happens like clockwork every single time. This one looks very, very similar to back here. Looks almost identical. You got that lower low and then continuation. Lower low, continuation. All right, we've got a lot to look at. We went through Monad. Let's go look at the Nick Shirley and Horse, and then we're going to look at Zcash. $415% on the day. What in the world just happened? Holy crap. Wow. We should have bought some. Dang it. We need to get on base. That's crazy. Fully diluted value, 10 million. That's still super low, all things considered. Liquidity is amazing, dude. They got 10% liquidity pretty much. I told you that liquidity looked awesome. Holders, let's see. Okay, here's this guy. Okay, so this is somebody that just bought. Whoa! Holy crap, somebody bought that much? That's a big bag. Whew. So you do officially have a holder in the top 10 with over 1% that could take 1% of that liquidity pool. But they did just buy, but they're up quite a bit. That's pretty sick. Entered at 2 million, hell yeah. It's not euphoria for me. 2024, I had euphoria, right? Yeah, dude, this is awesome. 400% is pretty sick. Pretty good return. Let's go take a look at Horse. Horse Zora. Bam. 43.45%. Whew. Also looks very nice. Got your breakout. We looked at this a long time ago. Breakout, support, continuation. There's really no There's really no, oh, yes, there is. All right, so let's start putting lines on this bad boy. I'm going to go to the daily. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. You've got mail. I suppose, yeah, this would be like an interim resistance. And then right there, that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty thin. So get above 83.91 and then 12.09. And you are officially in party town. Looks good though. Nice big fat candles. 43% for the day is a win for sure. Let's go take a look at Zcash. Zcash on Binance. Okay, very nice. All right, actually, Zcash looks really good. It did not do a flavor of the week pump and dump. It did a nice grind up, beautiful grind up. In between right here, these little smaller moves, people were probably tripping every time it did a little curl down like that, especially right here. They're like, oh, it's a lower high, it's going to zero. They probably opened up shorts and got wrecked. But this thing just had a nice steady climb, little blow off top action, double top situation. You got a little baby W, and now you're just kind of cranking. You got your downtrend, your breakout, and then your recovery. That's probably exactly how it's going to play out. I don't know if it's going to play out right now or a little bit further down the road. I got no clue, but it looks good for it. RSI looks great. You do have a confirmed red dot back here on December 29th, which I think may have played out. It's probably fair enough to say it played out. Potential bullish crossover the moving average and the RSI incoming. Money flows positive. Red dot in the momentum wave pointing to the downside. Not quite oversold. Yeah, looks good. Get back above 500 and we can start talking. Bitcoin looks amazing. Let's see. Joey's Adventure said entered at 2 million, but again, I'm at disbelief. Philly said back on Earth. Welcome back, Philly. Cheers, my friend. Happy Friday, everyone. Cheers. Bitcoin dominance. Heck yeah. Let's get below 59. It's going to be a big one. It is oversold, though. I don't know if that matters. Bitcoin just looks amazing. Let's go talk about silver. I want to talk about silver. Silver's up 1.7% on the day. Now, the only concern that I have for this not going down and retracing is that this is very much just consolidating. And is it consolidating for a breakout? Because that's not a bear flag. The price last, like when it first, look at right here at $72, the $72 level, RSI was overbought. Now you're at that same level, 72.82, and your RSI is at 50. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the price is chopping sideways so the RSI can cool off. That way it can continue up higher later. That's exactly what's happening. Is it going to play out like that? I have no idea. You got to watch out for, I guess, manipulation at this point. There's so many manipulation rumors around silver. It's hard to not believe them at this point. But you got a clear resistance right here. Getting above that's going to be a big deal. I guess I'll leave that and this up there because it does look very much like a like some kind of flag wedge consolidation situation. And if this breaks to the upside, see, that's another concern of mine. We've talked, and I don't know how silver trades. I really don't. But we've seen on altcoins a million times over, the first move is always the false move on any kind of wedge or triangle. So what I would want to see is a break to the downside and then a blast to the upside. Tom Salk's code said you close your short. Time for long? No. It's been at the same price this whole time. It's I opened my short at like 72, 74. It's only a little 2x. What am I going to close it for 2%? Is that stupid? That seems silly to me. I think I'd rather just let it liquidate at that point. But yeah, it's at 72.82. Let's see what happens. If it breaks to the upside first, I guess I would be hesitant because I've seen that fail way too many times. For upside, I would want to see it break down first and then break to the upside. but we'll keep an eye on it. Right now, my target of 77 hit, and it looks great. Take a look at gold. Okay, so we talked about gold getting back above 43.81 and using that as support and continuing to the upside, which is what this semi-transparent line is. Unfortunately, it looks like it tried to get back above and failed. It's currently sitting at 43.31. Is it going to come down to 42.50 like I wanted it to? I wanted to come down to 42.50 and then go up. This is my support target option 1. I don't think I have an option 2 right now. So let's see what happens. Your RSI looks good. Got a break in support of that moving average. Red dot of the momentum wave. So it's possible that it continues up. I actually kind of like that idea. Joe has eventually, can you look at Crypto Calio and Easy? Easy is bottomed out like Crypto Calio was before it went 10x high risk. Yeah, give me a minute. DXY 98.433. Yeah, it's just kind of stair-stepping down still. I really don't want this to recover. But it does kind of seem like it's been, see, this is what sucks about my theory too with altcoins, is that the DXY could do that as well. It's downtrend, breakout, and then recovery. That's entirely possible in this case as well. Our RSI is smack dab in the middle, or just above the middle, I guess. No, it's about 60. It's almost at 60. So let's see if we come down and at least touch our trend line around 96. Strategy, aka Big B Coffee, kind of starting to try to recover. And by try to recover, I mean it's not going straight down, which is great. Great for them. 158.48. Let's see if they can recouple to the fractal and continue to the upside. The fractal is literally just a copy paste off their previous bottom right here. So let's see if that's what's playing out. That'd be pretty cool. It kind of fits. It kind of fits really well. But, you know, they only have a certain amount of time to actually play it out until it looks like bogus. You know what I mean? NASDAQ down 0.31% on the day, currently trading at 25,207. Ooh, actually, do we like that for that? Maybe. I kind of don't hate that. So let's see if we get a recovery. And then one last dip a couple of days later. And then the rip. Look at how cruel this move is. This move is so cruel. The dip, rip, and then another dip, and then the slow grind up. Because you know, everyone that bought here freaks out, and then they probably sell or buy more or whatever, and they freak out again. Like, and then in reality, it could have just went like this. I don't know. It's so funny. Because you know people are tripping. The short-term traders, at least. Maybe not so much with the NASDAQ, but S&P 500 currently at 0.19% on the day, trading at 68.58. Is the fractal in a little bit of trouble? It might be. It's probably in a little bit of trouble, but we'll see. We've seen decouples before. You know, there's scooting that could happen. Hopefully, what would be cool is if we did something like that, maybe. So I can move that and then paste that. There we go. Okay, so yeah. Let me see. Let's see if that plays out. I'm going to make this semi-transparent. I like to draw on my charts. Forgive me. But we'll see what happens. As of right now, we're looking good. Sitting pretty. RSI is smack dab in the middle. Money flow is positive. I'm not sure if market cipher money flow applies to the S&P, but we're gonna pretend it does. Bitcoin $90,154. JShoot 2.0 said, "This is what the F we're here for. Let's F and go." And sub family, missed y'all. What's going on, JShoot 2.0? Cheers, my friend. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Good seeing you. All right. JWaz Adventure wants us to look at Crypto Calio and Easy. Crypto Calio. Whoa, my gosh, 689%. Holy cow. So you got this monstrous pump at the very launch, and then it kind of dumped, and then it rugged. And that is, in my opinion, a rug, just because it got way significantly below the launch price. I don't like when that happens. Look how close to zero it actually came. That is crazy. This could have been, what's the volume actually? Can we see the, okay, so there's significant volume. $421,000 and then $66,000. Okay. So people are scooping it up. The question is, why? Why is this one suddenly making a comeback? And then you said easy. Easy Zora 6.69. Nice percent on the day. Okay, this did the launch pump and dump as well. Interesting. So this one took, right now it's only 38 days into it. Our other guy, no. Crypto Calio. Is that all it takes to streaming? I can go stream on that site. This one took 74 days. So technically speaking, 74 days in versus easy 38 days, I think. Yeah, 38 days in. So I guess it's not too far off, but you got to keep that in mind as well. Right here we got 44K, 23K liquidity. $192K, 61K liquidity. Switched up market cap right here. So this thing went all the way down to like a 27, 20, 24 to 27. Well, let me get a zoom in on this. I want to see that market cap bottomed out. At 20K, it bottomed out at a $20,000 market cap. Versus easy as of right now is at 44. Interesting. Okay, so technically speaking, if it's going to be similar, it could go down another 50% still. Let's see. That's why they scooping it up. I mean, he has 750K followers on X. Okay, that's fair. I didn't know Zora was a streaming place. I might give it a try. Who knows? Crypto Calio, I mean, he's a big Pengu coin and Pengu NFT whale. I do like Pengu. I do thoroughly enjoy Pengu. I like what they're building. They're building like a whole brand. It's not just a meme coin. It's like an actual business. Monad's doing really good. But yeah, I feel like Pengu has a ton of potential if the bull market, happens. And I think we're there. I personally do. I'm not just throwing money into an abyss. I do actually believe that there's a possibility that we're about to all retire. Oof, I'll eat that 50% though. That's me. That's literally me. Choose Rich Nick. I love Choose Rich Nick, dude. He's freaking hilarious. His buddy Clemente is really funny too. All of their stuff, like the prediction market skits, are so freaking funny. The dude's like, my girlfriend broke up with me, man. And he's like, oh, did she say anything? He's like, yeah, she did. She said there's someone else. And he's like, okay. And he looks, and on the screen, it shows that he had a prediction market going, and that was one of the reasons. And he's like, yes. And then he's like, did she say who? And he's like, yeah, it's some dude named Ronaldo that she plays pickleball with or something like that. And he's like, what? I thought for sure it would have been that other guy that she's in spin class with. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny. Oh, man. Only easy has a Zora, though? Okay. All right, Bitcoin looks good. Our liquidation, what did I just do? Okay. They found the NFT Bodoggos. I think I knew that, yeah. Bitcoin looks great. Let's get into our news segment, guys. Before we get into our news segment, let's actually do another poll. Where do we think we are? Poll. Start a poll. I think I can do up to 4 options. Yeah. Where are we in the market right now? I'm going to go with disbelief slash hope. Not optimism, belief. That doesn't really make any sense. We're towards the bottom. Anxiety slash denial. Panic slash capitulation slash anger. Or depression slash disbelief. Okay. Where do you guys think we are? Based on the Wall Street cheat sheet, you got 4 options-ish. Disbelief or hope, anxiety or denial, panic, capitulation or anger, and depression or disbelief. I'll leave the chart up for a moment so you guys can get a good look at it, get your votes in, direct your attention to the poll in the chat. Appreciate you guys for being here. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Check out the links in the description. There's affiliate links, there's Discord links. Discord's completely free. Ton of fun. Great place to hang out. It's not strictly crypto either. So if you're not like, if you're like, oh, I'm an investor, but I'm 50-50 on the crypto thing, you can still join the Discord. We don't judge. It's a very cool, chill place to hang out. And we talk about stocks and everything, other investments, just making money in general. That's actually really not what we like. We just kind of shoot the shit and hang out. It really is just a hangout space, but we can talk about whatever we want there. It's a ton of fun. All right, let's get into the news segment. Nick Grilly posted Austin, Texas is now back to pre-pandemic apartment rents, down 21% from peak summer of 2022, $1,636 a month to $1,288 a month. I'm now even seeing 2 bedrooms in some apartments at sub 1K. This rental correction is due to a sharp drop in migration demand combined with a surge of new apartment development. At this point, Austin has its cheapest rents on record relative to income. Good for them. That's exciting. Breaking Binance whale just bought 8,441 Bitcoin worth $716 million. This wallet bought every major dip since 2015. They know something. That is actually pretty sick. Jesus, they have $716 million. Whew, that's a lot of money. U.S. dollar declined since the 1913 creation of the Federal Reserve. Look at that. Look at how good at staving off inflation they are. It's so good. Such a good job. Philly said, we in a bear market rally? You want to look at the chart again, Philly? These are your options. Baby boomers, who make up about 20% of the U.S. population, hold more than $85 trillion in assets, according to Fed data. By comparison, millennials, who make up about the same percentage of Americans, hold just $18 trillion, roughly 1/5 of the baby boomers. $2.2 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options expired today, and it did absolutely nothing. President Trump says tariffs are an overwhelming benefit and key to U.S. national security and prosperity. 61% chance Elon Musk becomes the world's first trillionaire this year. That's pretty crazy. What's even more crazy is his money is all so illiquid. I don't know if he would ever be able to, like, if he cashed out, I think he might get, like, if he's really, really lucky, 50% of his net worth, which even that is so much money. Like, I don't think you'd ever be able to spend as much money as he has in your lifetime. It's kind of crazy. $100 million worth of crypto shorts liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was 8 hours ago. Hell yeah. Philly said, yo, hey everyone, back on Earth. My Peru trip has ended. Welcome back, Philly. U.S. gas prices reached lowest level in 5 years. U.S. national debt reaches new all-time high of $38.5 trillion. Anti-crypto SEC Commissioner Caroline Crenshaw resigns. Bye. Marty Party posted that baby boomer geopolitical bar fighting is getting old. Just fix it or hand the world over to us. We're ready to run it. Hell yeah. Macro overview, January 2nd. Bitcoin trending up. Gold trending up. Liquidity trending up. SPY trending up. Central bank reserves reversing trend up. DXY trending down. Oil trending down. Financial conditions trending down. Inverse is bullish. Very cool. Bitcoin Wyckoff accumulation January 2nd. So we got a Wyckoff update. It does, he changed the dates. This was January 1st, but he's, He's scooting stuff around to make the narrative fit. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the more that he scoots it around, the longer it's going to take for this to play out. And eventually, if he scoots it too much, it's not going to look like Wyckoff at all. Just an idea for us, we look at all sides. Stablecoin mint 10 minutes ago, this was 3 hours ago, 750 million USDC on Solana. The clips are getting as big as Ethereum. That is a lot of money. U.S. housing market activity may be resurging. Pending home sales jumped 3.3% month over month in November, well above expectations of a 0.9% increase. This marks the fourth consecutive monthly gain, matching the longest streak seen during the 2020 pandemic. Contract signings improved across every U.S. region last month to their highest levels of 2025. The West posted the largest increase, followed by the South, the nation's largest home selling region. As a result, the pending home sales index is up to 79.2 points, the highest since February 2023. Homebuyer activity is regaining traction. Very cool. U.S. households are becoming more pessimistic about their finances. Only 26.4% of American households expect their financial situation to improve over the next year, the lowest since August 2023. This percentage also matches May 2025 levels following Trump's Liberation Day. By comparison, the figure was 10 percentage points higher in January at 36.6%. To put this into perspective, the pre-pandemic average in 2017-2019 was 42%. Last month, just 17.6% of consumers said they feel better off financially, the second lowest reading since December 2022. Consumer sentiment is weak. Here's my issue with this. And, this might be a little too, guru-ish, but I truly believe that if you think that if you expect your financial system or your financial situation to get worse over the next year, it is going to get worse. If you expect it to get better, then it is going to get better. You have to set the expectation yourself. If you just assume, oh, well, I'm going to be worse off in 12 months, then mentally, that is where you're at. So you're just going to fall right into it. You're like, well, I'm just stuck with this income anyways. So why do I care? And at that point, you've already given up. So why should you care? I don't blame you. You cannot have that mindset. You have to have the mindset of a winner. And that sounds really stupid and cocky and almost narcissistic. But those are the people that have money. The stupid, cocky narcissists. And they only come off that way because you're jealous. And I'm not talking about like Andrew Tate. He's a douchebag. Andrew Tate, fight me. I'm talking about people like Warren Buffett. People like, I don't know, CZ. People like, who else? Freaking Charles Hoskinson. Vitalik Buterin. Those people all come off like super pompous, very like highbrow, silver spoon. And it's because they worked hard for what they earned and they know that they deserve it. You get what you give. Your hustle, the size of your hustle has to match the size of your goal. If you don't really care, if you're like, well, I don't really care if I make more money this year, then you're probably not going to make more money this year. If you think you need to make more money this year, if you put your nose to the grindstone and you bust your ass and you say to yourself, I want to make 50% more this year than I made last year, then you'll probably make 50% more than you made last year. If you don't quite hit that goal, then you'll probably get pretty damn close. You got to work for it. The percentage of older Americans who are working is declining. The employment to population ratio for those aged 55 and over is down to 36.8%, the lowest since 2021. Excluding the 2020 pandemic, this is the lowest percentage in 18 years. Before 2020, this metric was at 39.6%, or 2.6 percentage points higher. This comes as the 55-plus population is expanding rapidly, with the baby boomer generation aging into this group. As a result, the aging population is putting growing pressure on Social Security and Medicare, driving federal spending higher. The U.S. labor market is changing. Interesting. U.S. housing affordability is near historic lows. The U.S. home price to median household income ratio is now at 7.0x, near an all-time high. In other words, it would now take 7 years of median household income to buy the average single-family home in the U.S. Wow. This ratio now even exceeds the 2006 housing bubble peak of 6.8x. By comparison, in 2000, home prices were 4.3x higher than the median annual household income. As a result, the average first-time homebuyer is now a record 40 years old. Homeownership is becoming increasingly out of reach. It's all by design, man. It is all by design. Bitcoin 90,152 and 1 penny. Silver still chilling. Does silver trade like during the week the same as crypto does? I don't think it does. It's kind of silly. How do we look at just like the global silver price? Is that a thing? No. Am I crazy? I don't know. I don't know. Can they like modernize markets already? Come on, guys. It's 2026. Let's get on with it. We're spending like $4,000 on like 8 gigabytes of RAM. We can't have 24-hour markets. Bitcoin's ETFs are suffering historic losses. The largest Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, posted 244 million in net outflows last week, marking the second consecutive weekly withdrawal. IBIT has now experienced outflows in 8 of the last 10 weeks, with a total of just 20 weekly outflows since its introduction in January 2024. As a result, its assets under management are down to 67.6 billion, near the lowest since June 2025. IBIT's assets under management has now declined 32 billion or 32% since its October 2025 peak. Overall, crypto funds recorded 446 million in outflows last week, marking the 6th weekly withdrawal over the last 9 weeks. Crypto is searching for a bottom. It's kind of creepy. The Fed's balance sheet surged 24.4 billion in the week ending December 24th, posting the biggest jump since the March 2023 banking crisis. This marks the third consecutive weekly increase for a total of 45.5 billion. As a result, the Fed's total assets are up to 6.58 trillion, the highest since the end of October. The Fed is projected to buy 35 to 55 billion in treasury bills each month in 2026. This would make 550 billion in total purchases this year, bringing the Fed's balance sheet back above 7 trillion, the highest since October 2024. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet is officially expanding again. Let's friggin' go. Solana on-chain spot volume officially overtakes all off-chain exchanges except Binance in 2025 at 1.6 trillion. That's actually crazy. Since 2022, Solana on-chain volume has surged from 1% of total volume to a massive 12% per Jupiter. In 2025, Solana officially surpassed Bybit, Coinbase Global, and BitGet in total volume. Meanwhile, Binance's share has declined from 80% to 55% since 2022. Crypto activity is rapidly moving on-chain. This is one of the most exciting metrics to me because, exchanges are going to scramble to earn your business, and they already make a ridiculously large amount of money. The best way that they can bring customers back is to give some of that money back to their customers. It's the easiest way, and that's probably what they'll end up doing, in my opinion. Polymarket users predict an 80% chance Bitcoin will hit 100K before 2027. Hell yeah. Crypto Fear and Greed Index rises to 28, fear from yesterday's 20, extreme fear, showing slight improvement in market sentiment. Even if it is a dead cat bounce, there's an opportunity to make money here. CryptoQuaint analysts suggest Bitcoin entered a bear market 2 months ago, predicting a potential bottom between 56,000 and 60,000 in 2026. That would be pretty crazy. That also lines up with the metrics of October and all that. Yeah, then we would be going into October 2026 for the bottom if we go a full 12 months, which allegedly we do every time, according to people that are just suddenly 4-year cycle maximalists. Kind of fun to watch, honestly. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. I'm trying to. Am I trying to open a trade? Yeah, might as well. Why not? Let's do it. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong outlines 2026 priorities, including global exchange expansion, scaling stablecoins and payments, and driving on-chain adoption through Base. Hell yeah. Does his head get larger every time we see him? I feel like it does. BitThumb flags 200 million in dormant crypto across 2.6 million inactive accounts, revealing significant untouched retail capital from past bull cycles. That's actually crazy. What if the people are just like no longer with us? You know what I mean? That's kind of creepy to think about. Or I guess maybe not creepy, melancholy. Vitalik Buterin switching his profile picture to a Milady NFT reportedly sent the collection's floor price up around 50%. I think my favorite genre is founders pumping random junk. I don't know anything about Milady. I remember seeing them all over the place. They seem incredibly popular. It's kind of funny, if I'm being completely honest. JJ always roasting people. It was Bald Brian, not Vitalik. I mean, I don't really have to roast Vitalik. Have you seen the videos of him rapping? There's like a certain level of cringe where it like crosses like that. Come on, guys. Let the guy have fun territory to like, this is like the level of cringe that Vitalik gives off when he raps is like borderline terrorist activity. Oh, man. He won't roast Charles Hoskinson, though. I roast Charles all the time. He's 38 and he looks like he's 60. What do you mean? The poor dude literally had to like fund an anti-aging clinic. Derek said, did you hear California taking people's crypto after 3 years? Yes, I did. I did know about that. I don't know how I feel about it. Some people like to set it and forget it. That's also, though, why you don't leave your crypto on centralized exchanges. If you have self-custody, they can't touch shit. Because how do they tell if you're in California or in, Egypt? They have no idea. Yeah. I actually talked to Charles in a space, and it was really funny. So I was hanging out in the Dong Space, the weekly Dong Space, on a Wednesday, and Charles comes in, and we have this like running conversation in the space. Zach is like diehard anti-ghosts. He refuses ghosts, and all of his arguments are very elementary, in my opinion. So when Charles shows up, we asked him. I was like, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he told this whole story, and then I explained to him, I was like, okay, do you have doorbell cams? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm terrified of getting a doorbell cam. And this was completely not ghost related at all. But he thought I was talking about ghosts because we were just talking about ghosts. I was like, I'm terrified of getting a doorbell cam because I'm worried I'll be sitting in bed and I'll get a text and it'll be like, someone's at your front door. And I'll look and there will be no one there. And that will freak me out. I'll never go outside again. And he's like, well, why? And then he went into this whole spiel about how ghosts aren't scary and stuff like that. And I'm like, great. He thinks I'm a little pussy, scared of ghosts. And then Zach asked him about flying because I refuse to fly because I don't want to. I don't trust pilots. I don't trust planes. I just don't want to die in an airplane. And this whole thing happens, and when we're done, I'm like, damn, Charles Frederick's just a huge bitch. So that was pretty funny. You only get to meet a billionaire every once in a while, like probably once in a lifetime, unless you like work your way up to that, which how often does that happen? And my first impression to the guy is that I'm afraid of ghosts and flying. It was pretty funny. Literally got off and I was like, dude, Zach, you made me look like a pussy. It was so funny. I started it though with the stupid doorbell cam thing. Solana led all blockchains by activity in 2025, processing over 121 billion transactions during this year. That is an insane amount of transactions. That's too many transactions. 2025 marked a break in Bitcoin's long-standing 4-year cycle, with Bitcoin closing the year down 6.28% instead of posting its usual post-growth decline pattern. Interesting. 4-year cycle is broken. Derek said it's robbery. It's centralized exchanges, unfortunately. I think centralized exchanges are robbery to begin with their spreads and their fees, and then they can just seize your assets. Bullish. Bitcoin is well positioned to outperform in 2026, driven by easing expectations and structural adoption, according to K33 Research. I love it. Ooh, look at this. Bitcoin performance from bear market bottom past 3 cycles. 1,051 days, 1,062, 1,068. Interesting. Okay, so the current run, very, very interesting. So they do think we're topped out then. Bullish. Solana enters 2026 with strong real-world asset momentum as tokenized assets hit a record 873 million, and ETF inflows build a case for new highs, according to Bitwise. I will say, one of the most impressive metrics to me is the fact that Solana and XRP ETFs are the only two with positive inflows since inception. Bitcoin and ETH have been like net negative for months now, and Solana and XRP are still positive. That's pretty impressive. Just in, Neuralink plans to start high volume brain implant production and fully automated surgeries in 2026, Elon Musk said, aiming to help paralyzed patients control digital tools using thought. That is really cool. The Neuralink monkey playing Pong with his mind blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. So I'm excited to see where this tech goes. Just what they could do with this, I think, is huge. This is probably one of my favorite Elon Musk projects because I think it can help the most people. According to Binance Research, Solana became the third largest stablecoin network in 2025, surpassing BNB Chain with nearly 11 billion in stablecoin market cap. I'm still flabbergasted as to why Tron is up here. I've never once in my life heard anyone mention Tron in a conversation ever. Ethereum, Solana, BNB, and Base, people bring them up all the time. Tron, literally never heard anybody ask for the chart, never heard anybody ask about transferring, never heard anybody ask about the ecosystem, never heard anything about Tron. And yet they have 81.3 million or billion stablecoin market cap. It doesn't make sense to me. We got an arbitrary chart from Chiefy 2026 bull run schedule. January rally starts. February alt season. March Bitcoin 240k. April bear trap. May mass liquidations. June bear market. Bookmark this and come back in 6 months. Let's see how it plays out. Honestly, I will take February, March for Euphoria. I will gladly take February, March for Euphoria. Let's see what happens. Bitcoin Archive posted, new Bitcoin whales are buying at an unprecedented pace. What do they know? They know that number go up perpetually. If you really zoom out, Bitcoin has been in a bull market since inception. We got another arbitrary chart. Altcoins are in the depression stage. What comes next is obvious. I do like this one because it puts us at the bottom. I very much like it for that reason. It's very much not aligned at all whatsoever, but I will still take it. I will. Breaking. Tesla is on track for its 7th consecutive red day, its longest losing streak since April 2024. That's pretty crazy. Fear returns to the stock market. Happy New Year, everyone. The stock market, I think, fear and greed is more volatile than cryptos. Chinese yuan hits strongest level against the US dollar in more than 2.5 years. Fed Reserve pumps 19.5 billion into US banking system through overnight repos. This is the third largest liquidity injection since the pandemic. The largest since the pandemic was on Friday. Whoa. US housing market. Condo prices suffer biggest decline in 14 years. Good. That is, I don't know. My brain can't make sense of condos. Why you would ever want a condo? Get an apartment or get a house. The in-between, being a condo, is just the craziest thing in the world to me. And last but not least, we've got Warren Buffett may have beaten the S&P 500 this century, but all he had to do was buy gold and he would have done even better. That's pretty crazy. So since the year, I'm assuming 2000, it looks like, maybe 2001, S&P 500 is up 683.26%. Berkshire Hathaway is up 987.89%, and gold is up 1,533.55%. That is insane. So we got a 6x, 9x, and 15x. Whew. Wow. That's awesome. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin, $90,274.00. Looks good. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down $510 or 51%. Best performer is Solana, only down 21. Worst performer Fetch, down 70. Then we've got the meme coin portfolio, down 567, 56.7%. Best performer Pepe, down 71. Worst performer GigaChad, down 166. Then we've got the narrative portfolio, my favorite, and what was once the best performer. Currently down 194. 194 or 38.8%. It is actually outperforming everything right now, I think. 38.8% down. Best performer, Pepe, down 12. Worst performer, Fetch, down 61. And last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio. Currently down, 433. 43.3%. Is that right? Yeah. Best performer, Chainlink, down 13. Worst performer, Render, down 63. And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe has a Venture Company. Look at the Monad memes on Deck Screener. All are doing extremely well. We just browse through them. Deck Screener. How do I do that? I gotta go to... Is it gonna be... It should be... Yeah, right there. I knew it wasn't gonna be that low. Very nice. Okay. Lisa... Monad Lisa, that's kind of funny. 24 hour, we got 2.66, 26%, 469%. Wow, 108, 24%. Okay, so that's just Monad in general. Chog, 57%. Emo, 24%. Pepe, 51. 49, 26. Shrimp, 27. Nads, hell yeah, 91. Dust, 143. That one's incredibly random. 93.87. Loca Unit 57. 127 Anago. Okay. Let's see, what ones do I like? Lobster butt juice, that's kind of funny. Hog dog, chog. Mobots, 32%. I mean, I love emo. Emo is just hilarious. 19%. Anago. Black currency. A lambda. Hey, there's a NFT project called Lambda that it was like the first NFT project that I ever got into. The first smart meme on Monad. Huh. $22,000 fully diluted value. That's crazy. Why? I don't know. I guess I got to figure out how to get into this ecosystem. NPC, Gonad. Gonad's funny. Earn, run. I feel like they could do better with the name. A lot of purple. There's a lot of purple. And they're all very like NAD. NAD based. I feel like they can do better. Not that these are bad. Obviously, they're all up like 50, 60, 70, 80%. But I like my stupid, cute cartoon things. Monchel. I have Shrimp, Emo, Moncock, and Chog. Nice. 2020 to 2021 Solana's Monad. This ecosystem feels like early Solana. John Tujo said, are we pumping now? Is it finally happening? So far it is happening. Unfortunately, it is very indicative of the meme right here. Because we still haven't gotten back above, like solidified back above 90K. I would like to get above like 93 because this right here was like the top, the tippy top, our little pattern down here. So I want to get above that, which is right here at 93, 94K. I would like to get above 94K and then eventually 100K, but so far, dang it. So far, we're just kind of doing our thing. This could very well still just be like a sideways channel. We want to break above that. And then set up maybe like an inverse BART going on. That'd be cool. But yeah, we talked about this on Total 3, where we've watched the pattern a million times over. You get your downtrend, and then your breakout, which looks very mediocre every time, and then your recovery. Your downtrend, your breakout, and then recovery. Your downtrend, your breakout, and then recovery. And it happens every single time like clockwork. So that's very much possible for Bitcoin, in my opinion. Plus, the fractal just lines up too good, man. The fractal just lines up too good. So let's see where we end up. Total 3 looks amazing. We're back above this trend line from August. I want to see us get hopefully back above 900, but we bounced off 800, which is exactly what I was looking for. And yeah, it just looks good, man. I'm excited. Oh, I said January 6th. January 6th will be the deciding factor for a total 2 if this fractal is going to stay intact. Obviously, we got some denominators right here, like some deviations from the mean, but we got our dump, our breakout, and then our recovery, which is exactly what we've been watching on all these charts. It happens the same way every single time. Downtrend, breakout, recovery, downtrend, breakout, recovery. I mean, come on. Downtrend, breakout, recovery. Even this is literally the bear market from the 2021 bull. That's also why I think people are crazy when they're like, "Oh, just read the bull market." When? Maybe you could sell me on the concept that we've had 1, 2, 3 like mini bull markets. I would buy that. But what does that mean then? Are we going to go into mini bear markets every time? Is this a mini bear market? 1, 2, 3 mini bear markets? I have no idea. Volume is consistently increasing. Is this just the adoption curve right here? Are we about to explode to the upside? Because I would love that. And for that reason alone, just that little teeny tiny little like tip of a needle sized possibility, I will continue to accumulate like a sociopath. So let's see what happens. The risk is worth the reward. I got to figure out a better way to explain this, but I guess the best way that I've explained it in the past is it is a lot easier. Like, let's just do an example here. Let's say I have a $10,000 portfolio. I can sell. I sell now. I have 10K. That's it. I walk away from the crypto market. Or I hold. Maybe it goes down. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of that. I hold. If I hold and it goes to 0, it goes to 0, then I lost 10K. I can live with that. It moons. I retire early with $5 million. Or some ridiculously large amount of money. Those are my 2 possibilities if I hold. I sell now. I have 10K. That's it. That's it. you just have 10K. Cool. Very cool. I hold. It'll either go to 0 or I can make a ridiculously large amount of money. Now, if I hold and it goes to 0, I'm more than willing to deal with that. I can deal with that mentally. If it moons and I retire early, that's amazing. That is the goal right there. If I sell now and it moons, hold on. Then I lost $0. I have to know for the rest of my life that I missed this opportunity, and I'll never think, I can't type, be able to let that go. So these are all of our possibilities right here. It is much easier to cope with losing $10,000 than it is to cope with missing out on 5 million. If I have a $10,000 portfolio, I can sell right now and I have $10,000. Great. If crypto goes to zero, then I lost $0. Cool. I have my 10 grand. Very, very cool. Whatever. If crypto moons, if crypto moons, I have to know for the rest of my life that I missed this opportunity and I'll never be able to let that go. Which one is easier to cope with? Losing 10 grand or missing out on millions? And maybe I don't make millions, but if I make a couple 100,000, that is a lot more cushy than 10 grand. I'll give you that much. As of right now, hypothetically, I don't need this $10,000. What do I need $10,000 for? If I need it, if I need the money, then I'm overexposed. There's never any shame in taking money off the table that you need. It's okay to be like, oh, I'm overexposed. I got to take 5 grand out. I got to fix a car or, pay for school, whatever. Take money out. That's totally fine. You can be overexposed and de-risk. But selling my entire bag, me personally, does not make sense. If I have a portfolio, whatever size it may be, percentage-wise, do the math, figure it out for yourself. If I have a portfolio and I sell now, then I just have that dollar amount. And I can do with that whatever I want, but that doesn't help me with anything. It's just cash, and cash is losing value rapidly. We all saw the chart. We all saw this chart. Where is it? How much money how much value the U.S. dollar has lost since the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913? And their job is to make sure that the U.S. dollar doesn't lose money or lose value. And it's only lost value. That is insanity. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, personally, I'm going to hold. And I'm either going to watch it go to zero and I lose all my money, or I'm going to retire early. Now, one thing that's never happened is crypto has never gone to zero. Coins go to zero all the time. That's why you got to, risk reward, do your own research, figure out what investments you want to put your money into, diversify, make sure you invest in safe assets, put a little bit in risky assets, put a little bit in like the evergreen in between blue chips, whatever you want to call them, and you'll be set. It's not that hard. Personally, I'm a holder. This is where I am. Because it does not make sense. I don't want to be this guy, this asshole with 10K. What am I going to do with 10K? Nothing. I'm going to sit and then I'm going to watch Crypto Moon in a couple of years and I'm going to do the math in my head. I'm going to go, oh shit. If I would have held on to my bags, we could buy, everything. I could buy my whole town that I live in. I call them blue dots. Yeah. Call them whatever you want, man. It's just, I cannot understand for myself why I would want the money that I invested. Why do I need the cash right now? If I have that mentality, I'm like, oh, I gotta sell because the price is going down, then I've overinvested. My investment is a set it and forget it until like you put the brownies in the oven And then if you're like, oh, I need the money from the brownies, you don't take the brownies out, put them back in the box, and go return them to the store. That's stupid. You've already started baking them. You just wait until they're done. And if they come out like shit, then you throw them out. That's it going to zero. The brownies come out like shit, you throw them out. The brownies come out great, you got brownies. But you're not going to take them back to the store. That's disgusting. That's my opinion, personally. I'm not willing to sit on the idea of missing out on millions of dollars. I had the opportunity in 2012 to buy Bitcoin. I looked into it. I seriously looked into it for like a couple hours. And I think that small amount of time is the only reason why I haven't lost my mind. Because I remember 2012, I'm like, what's this Bitcoin thing? I looked into it. I did like 2 hours of research, and I'm like, it seems like it's never going to go that high again. And I forgot about it. And then I went on and I was a kid and I did a bunch of stupid crap. I smoked weed. I went to college. I got a job at like a local place. And here I am. I discovered crypto. How long after that? Was that 8 years after that? And I realized how stupid it was to miss out on that. And I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to have conviction. And my worst case scenario, right here, I lose this 10 grand. Guess what doesn't happen? I don't just stop investing and everything goes to zero and I quit and whatever and everything's a scam and that's it. This is crypto specific. The other alternative to all of this is these are two things that can happen at the same time. I diversify into other investments. So I don't have to only rely on one asset class making me rich, helping me retire. So this is another reason why I will never freak out over crypto not doing so hot. I'll just wait. I'm not a patient person, so I'm gonna get frustrated, but I'm still gonna wait at the end of the day. That's the best situation that I can put myself in, is to just be diversified into multiple assets. And then hopefully in a couple years we can all retire. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a fun time. Ooh, look at that. Oh, there's no sound. You're right. Wow. Thank you for pointing that out. This is my favorite crypto chart to look at. The pump becomes more shallow over time, like it takes a longer time to pump, and then the dump happens faster. So we get a really, really long dump, a medium-sized dump, and a short dump. A short pump, a medium-sized pump, and a long pump. Now, the pump is stretching and the dump is shrinking every single time. That does not mean that it's going to continue to do that, but with that math applied, we got a 9-month bleed, a 5-month bleed, and let me actually put the text over here. This is a 2-month bleed. Now, the pumps, this one from bottom to top was 49 days. This one from, we'll call it bottom to top, was 98 days. So that's twice as much. This one was 200 days. So that's twice as much. Is this going to be a 400-day pump? Because that would be pretty damn sick. I'm not going to lie. 400 days? Yeah, that looks actually perfect. This, my alternative estimate for total market cap top is December 2026. My original estimate is April, May. And this goes all the way back. I don't even remember when I put this on here. Probably like January, February 2024. Or 2025, not 2024. I wasn't that good. But I'm still, right now, I'm stuck in between either April, May, which is, let's put a line there as well. Where's April, May? April, right at the end of the D. I'm going to get rid of just all this text. So that's April, May. This looks like such a huge mess. I apologize. There's no other way for me to really display the information. I did get a new mouse, dude. The garbage computer strikes again. No, I muted myself because I had a cough. And I totally forgot to unmute myself. I got distracted in all the stupid arrows. I have OCD. Leave me alone. All right, let's end this poll. Interesting. We got 11 votes on the poll. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. 55% of you think we're in disbelief hope. Gourmet Brand said, I think we'll new highs in June-ish. I like that. So historically, for whatever reason, April is always the worst month. I don't know why. And maybe I'm just thinking that because April is my birthday's in April. And I think just my birthday in particular is a really crappy day for the market. So I'm just associating that with the whole month. That's entirely possible. I've never really back checked the entire month of April every year. But 55% think we're in disbelief hope. I like that. I like that. The other majority, anxiety and denial. So you guys either think we're at the very beginning of a pump or the very beginning of a dump. And then 9% said panic, capitulation, anger, which is the bottom of the dump, and depression, disbelief, which is kind of the butt end of the dump. I like that. I like that. It's a good poll. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I think this is awesome. We've got, it kind of reminds me more of this, the way that we're going. Let me actually, I'm gonna pull a fractal. I'm probably not gonna commit to this fractal, but I am going to pull it. We're gonna go from here all the way to the tippy top. Bam. I'm gonna go boop. Ooh, come on. Do I leave it? Do I commit to this? I'm going to commit to it. I'm doing it. I'm going to make it a little bit more transparent, though. I want this to be barely visible. Yeah, we'll go with that. I like that. Again, I'm going to repeatedly apologize for how messy this is. But does this puts us in March, April. Ooh, wouldn't that be crazy? Dang. Like my OG prediction from 8 to 10 months ago being correct. That would blow my mind. All right, I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I like it. We got to get some fractal merch, man. The fractal Farquad. I got to get a stupid Lord Farquad costume with the wig. Oh, man, we should do that. John Tujo said, I hope this isn't a fake out and leads to a final shakeout. It's easier to say we dump because people like me don't get right with money. Mohar Production said, let's get it. What's going on, Mohar? Mohar is that's like the Temu brand of Mopar. That's where you buy your really cheap seat covers. All right. Man, look at the green. The green looks so nice. Bitcoin is chilling. Let's see, 4 hour time frame. We are sitting at $90,352.66 ETH, $3,125.85 Solana, $132.88 total 867.55 billion. So far, that bottom call was perfect. ADA 39.69, nice snack. 0.0011246. Mohar said, "It's me, Zach, LOL. Maybe that's why you never think I'm here." How many times has the rest of the chat seen Mohar Productions in here? I know that's you, Zach. The chat doesn't know. I'm not going to be like, "Oh, hey, Zach." And then the chat's like, "Who the hell is he talking to?" Because I just muted myself for like 5 minutes. They already think I'm stupid. They're going to think I'm schizophrenic next. I'm going to be like, "Ooh, I don't like watching JJ anymore. He like talks to people that aren't actually there." All right. Yeah, Snake looks really good. Come on, let's break above this this trend line. That's going to be a big deal if that happens. I got a KYC on Kraken because you guys bullied me about stupid crypto.com and their ridiculous spreads. Midnight in this little consolidation. Beautiful triangle. XRP looking good. What'll be crazy is if we do get like, I don't even know what, like this is the bounce recovery that I've been waiting for. This looks good. We have not seen this in so long that it feels fake. Like, see, I guess back here, when's the last time? This is November. It's been 2-3 months. And even then, that was kind of cheap. I don't know, it's definitely gonna feel different. We're so used to this downtrend, which started, where did we peak out in October? We're so used to that since October. So November, December, January. This is the beginning of October. So 3 months. October, November, December. He's also bad at math. I acknowledge that math exists. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Let's see what 900 billion brings if we can get back above that, because that's where these guys kind of topped out 1, 2, 3, and then we got our further downtrend. So getting above 900 billion is going to be a big deal. I don't want to go up too fast though, because I feel like that's bad. We need to calm down, and then go. I don't want to just go straight up, because then we're for sure get a crash, and then everyone will freak out again, and it'll take forever. It definitely just seems like everything is taking way longer now. John said October 10th is like 9/11 for crypto. Honestly, they picked the best date too, because whenever anybody points it out, I'm like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is like 9 out of 11 for crypto. That's literally how I almost read that. October 10th. Everyone puts 10/10, and my brain is like 10 out of 10. What do you mean 10 out of 10? And then I realized that I'm the idiot. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Doge making moves. 14,354. Did we ever hit 10? Oh, it got so close, man. Come on. I've been waiting for 10 cents on Doge for forever. See, if I was a person that wanted to trade Doge, I probably would have bought it as soon as it broke below 12. Because what's that? That 10% difference is not worth, missing out on that generational bottom, if you believe that that's a generational bottom. Strategy getting a little bit of a green day is exciting. I feel like this thing's been down for forever. Near Monad just won't stop. That's pretty sick. Altcoin up 2.36% on the day. 34,192. Altcoin
is probably going to outperform everything. And I think that that would be the funniest story of all because so many people hate it just because of the name, which makes it even more funny in my head. Tom Selleck's Goat said, "You're a 10 out of 10 in my book." That's awful. I'm October 10th in your book? Oh, man. Arrow up 2.16 already? Dang it. Wait, is that a compliment now or a diss? That's what I mean. Exactly. That's like calling someone 9/11. It stinks. Oh, all right. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I guess I'm gonna call it an evening. Bitcoin's doing fun Bitcoin things now, which is very exciting. I'm gonna go make myself some pierogies. Uh, little poor tip if you guys want to save money, eat pierogies. They're like ridiculously cheap. I just like rediscovered them. I remember eating them all the time when I was a kid, and I was like, man, pierogies are so good. And I saw them, I was like, oh, why are they so cheap? So I just filled my freezer with them. I'm about to just have some kind of pierogi disease from eating too many pierogies. The doctor's gonna be like, you can't have that many pierogies. What are you doing eating that many pierogies? What are you, 12? All right, guys. I guess this is where I love and leave you. Bitcoin, $90,307.31. Hopefully, I got to hop back on for a emergency live stream, but we'll have to wait and see. We are right at that tipping point. I'm wondering if we're going to cross this and then the price is just going to go boom to really like force that into overbought territory. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, that's what happens though. As always, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Friday and good night.